Unicorns and glitter and taxidermy critters are just some of the things they like. They also enjoy 80s hair bands, Grizzly Adams and John Goodman, so if you think that's weird then you can take a hike. But the things they enjoy the most are making art and cracking jokes, so without further ado, here are your hosts. You've got your two artsy gals, your two artsy gals. Here are your two artsy gals.
Hey everybody, this is Katie.
And this is Lonnie.
And you're listening to Artsy Gals. Woo!
Sorry.
We're kind of crazy today.
Yeah.
It's been a weird day. We started off the morning with a roofer in my house.
Mm-hmm.
Fixing my... Although I'm glad he was done fast.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, my dog with people walking around on the roof while we're trying to record?
And the sound of the banging. Pardon my...
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been awful. Lonnie just made me yawn. Oh my god.
I'm so rude.
No, everyone's gonna hate us.
I'm so rude today. I have a stick up my butt.
No, you don't. Lonnie got here for the second week in a row. At least I was up, but
You were up. Yes.
I was up and I had eaten my breakfast, but I wasn't dressed.
Well, I was surprised by how quickly I got here. Like, it was smooth sailing all the way. I get to
The
drive
one
the
day
speed limit.
that I go, it's cold. I want to stay in my house coat for a little while longer. Lonnie shows up. Bam.
I know. I was like, oh. Yeah, I got here way faster than I thought I was going to.
Well, yeah. I need a new house coat, don't I? My house coat's all worn out.
It's so
and yucky.
cute.
It's pretty
I was
cloudy.
wearing mine this morning, too.
I made mine.
Aw. Wow.
But I need to make a new one because it's really starting to fall apart. And my cat and my dog love fleece. And it's fleece, so they're all up in my biz when I wear it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
hey guys, I'm not a walking blanket.
Yeah.
Like, my dog walks underneath it. Like, he tries to match my steps and walk between my
That's
legs
so
underneath it with
cute.
just his nose poking out. It's cute, but he trips the fuck out of me. Like, I fall down.
Oh.
Top of the show announcements. I had a realization.
Uh-huh.
I don't think we're going to be able to pull off an art sale in the month of December.
Yeah, I thought about that too, and I was like, oh shit, what did I say?
No, because, like, okay, I'm still finishing my grandma's lap gown that I'm making her. I've
Which is
never done one before. It
adorable.
is super cute, and we're going to talk about that in December, because it's so cute. I have to share.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have decided that I can knit my son a sweater.
Katie!
And
I'm talking Target.
I'm knitting my niece, or crocheting my niece, a mermaid tail afghan. And then I have other projects that I'm doing as well. And I thought, how am I going to make 8 or 9 pieces of art to sell
I don't know.
in that time too?
Yeah.
So we're going to do this after the first of the year.
Okay.
So just put a pin in it.
Okay. Cool.
Put a pin in it, peeps. Well,
Cool.
we are going to be doing an art fundraiser. It's just that I realistically, I mean, if you could see my studio right now after the fucking Halloween nightmare costume making session last week,
Mine is a mess too.
it is out of fucking control in here. I felt so bad when Lonnie came in. I'm like, I'm sorry, man.
It's all good. It's fine.
It is just because I just got to a point where I stopped trying to be even remotely close to tidy.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a feverishly throwing shit over my shoulder. Dude, look at my finger.
Oh.
I'm going to take a picture of this for you guys. That's what happens when you're soldering at 2 a.m.
Katie's flipping me the bird right now.
I totally am because it's all my middle finger. And I'm just talking and pointing with
Yeah.
it. Like, fuck,
Oh, yeah?
fuckity
Really?
fuck. But yeah, so I knocked my soldering iron off of my desk and I reached out to grab it with my hand.
Yeah.
Because, you know,
Because you're made
it's
out of
what
steel.
you do.
Because you're Superwoman.
It was so burned that it didn't even blister. It just made my skin like white ash.
Oh, fuck. Those
Yeah.
hurt. Those hurt.
Well, and the bad part is when I grabbed it with my hand and then pulled my hand away because I burned myself, it flicked around in the air and it came so close
Jeez.
to poking me in the eye. And then I was like, okay, I think I have to be done for the night. And I unplugged it and I went to bed.
And I think we need to put some hidden cameras up in here so we can get some of this shit.
Yeah, because
on
it is
video.
kind of Chris Farley town when I'm in here sometimes. It's bad. I get pretty bad. Especially the later at night. And I didn't finish my Halloween costume until the day before Halloween.
Oh,
Because I had
finished mine the day after.
I know. I had a catastrophic design flaw that had to be accounted for.
Yes.
That happened last Tuesday.
Yeah.
When Lonnie, after we recorded last week, Lonnie took me to Joann's so that I could buy new things. It was bad. But then I felt bad because I didn't have time to finish my husband's costume.
Shit happens.
And it made me cry.
Oh.
Because we had a cute couple's costume. But my costume was badass. So there.
Yeah, it was.
That's all that matters.
Yep.
Really.
How did you, or are we talking about this? 'Cause
Yeah,
I'm
we can
curious
recap.
how you did the corner. Did you use straws or how did you connect the corners?
I
of your
hot
dolls?
glued the fuck out of them and burned the shit out of my fingers.
Okay, that's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, you know what? I am over engineering this and I'm making it take too long.
Yeah.
So I am just going to hot glue the fuck out of it and reinforce it with duct tape.
Oh yeah, duct tape.
And
Yeah.
it worked.
Yeah.
The combination worked
Duct
great.
tape.
Duct tape
That's the
didn't work good by
solution.
itself.
Okay. Okay.
It needed to be two. There needed to be two adhesive properties, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. We had fun at our party, though. We had a wild time.
Nice.
We had fun at the party and downtown.
Last minute, my kid ended up staying the night at a friend's, so we could have gone to Scott's friend's party. But of course, he's like, "We don't have any costume now for you." So I was like, "Fine, we'll just stay home." I'm like, "Do you want to go or not?"
How did you not punch him? I don't like this fucking Eeyore business.
I know.
know. Thanks for
noticing. If I would have known,
Like,
we could have
look,
gone.
I'm
I know.
gonna fucking
like,
karate
honey.
chop your face off.
Like, we can still go. We can throw something together. I'm like, geez, we've got like, face
Dude,
paint coming
Put
out
a
our
goddamn
wazoo.
sheet over him and cut out
Yeah.
holes in the eyes.
I know.
And
I'm
he can
like,
be a goddamn
let's go
ghost.
if you want to go. But
Fuck off with that big baby shit.
yeah. So I was like, fine.
Sorry
we're
if you're
not
listening,
going.
Scott. I love
know.
you.
Love you, Scott. But that was weird.
Don't be a baby.
I know. Seriously. Whatever.
Kurt made me feel okay about not finishing his costume when I cried, but then while we were out drinking, he's like, "Yeah, I think I would have more fun in a costume." I'm like, "Are you doing this to me right now?"
Yeah.
Because look, I'm celebs on this corner here. I was bummed at the party. I had so much fun at Casey's party. It was awesome, but I kept having to tell people who I was because I realized I was with a group of people who have never seen the Lego movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
A few people, when I said, "I'm fucking Unikitty from the Lego movie," they're like, "Oh yeah, you totally are." But then other people were like, "I don't know who that is, but that is an awesome costume." So we went
So you're
downtown.
like, look it up.
Because,
Google
yeah,
it. Yeah.
right. We go downtown, and by that time, we went to Mary's Club first.
Uh-huh.
Because, you gotta go to Mary's Club.
Yeah.
And then we walked down to, like, Captain Ankeny's and the Shanghai Tunnel and that whole little area. Because it's always really wild right there in that corner downtown.
Yeah.
And so we sat outside Captain Ankeny's and drank, and people walked by and were like, "Unikitty!" And I was like, "This is exactly what I want! Yes, I'm
Yay!
Unikitty, I love you!" And I had a group of kids jump up and down around me and sing "Everything is Awesome."
That's
And
the best.
I was feeling pretty good about myself.
I would have been giddy. Yeah.
I was clapping. Like
Yeah.
a big, giant, drunk
Unikitty.
Unikitty.
Perfect.
I don't know what it was
Perfect.
harassed. There were a lot of unicorns out this year.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I saw some too at my door.
I saw a lot of
Trick-or-treating.
adult unicorns and a narwhal that was badass.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah.
And they were a little uncomfortable because it was a husband-wife pair, and I asked if I could be the meat in their awesome sandwich, and they were a little weirded out.
Oh.
Look, I just wanted to motorboat them and rub on them because they're look, the narwhal is my favorite animal,
Mm-hmm.
and the unicorn is my favorite mythical beast.
Right.
So it was like this magical pairing.
Yeah.
And then I yelled, apparently I harassed a unicorn across the street. I was yelling. Have you ever seen that cartoon, The Last Unicorn, from like the 80s?
Yes.
So I'm going to do something I'm going to have to back up from the microphone.
Okay.
Because I saw him across the street and I went, "Unicorn!" It's
Yay!
And, yeah. He was yelling back at me.
Unicorn.
Yeah. It was pretty rad.
That's awesome.
But anyway, so that's how our Halloweens went. We just wanted to recap because we actually recorded our Halloween episode before our Halloween episode, or before Halloween happened. So this week, we're talking about some cool shit to do with the leaves that are blowing up all in our yards.
Yeah.
Because they're everywhere.
They are.
I love it.
Yeah.
I want to go roll in them, except for that it's
squishy
really
mess.
rainy outside right now.
Well, I know, and it was a little bit dangerous driving across them.
Oh, they
in
do
the
get
flood.
squishy and
Yeah.
slippery.
With all the invisible trick-or-treaters. That night
Mhm.
was scary. I was like, oh my gosh, please be careful, children. It was dark.
You sound like you're from Transylvania.
Sorry, yeah.
Children.
Children, careful.
You do good voices, though.
I don't know.
My cat's stealing more things. She's.
Look at that innocent face.
I know.
No, I'm
I know.
not meow.
She's got a piece of wire, though. I have all kinds of scraps of wire from my Halloween costume construction hanging around here.
Yeah.
So she's dragging it all over the house. It's better than last week. She was trying to pack off my doweling. Like the big long pieces of doweling.
Oh, how funny.
And then
like, trying
she would
to get through the door.
Yeah, and she would like do this weird, she would get low to the ground and run really fast because she knew I was going to take it away from her. And like low enough to the ground that her hangy belly drug on the ground.
Oh.
And I would take them away from her and offer her like a scrap end. And she was like, bitch, I don't want that. I want the big long one. Fuck
No.
you. She would look at it like, what are you giving me?
My
Like I
cats are
handed
not
her
that-
poop.
My cats don't get into stuff that much. It's so funny. There's
Oops.
certain toys they like.
She doesn't like toys. She likes my things
Yeah.
that she's not supposed to have.
Yeah.
Because she's an a-hole. Did you just see that, what I did?
No.
My screen on my iPad went black, so I leaned over and shook my mouse on my computer like that was going to fix it.
Well, yeah.
I feel super stupid now.
That's so funny. That reminds me of when this RV was backing into their driveway really slowly, and I was trying to push my garage door opener to make them, like, go faster. And I was like, what am I doing? Oh, my God.
They're taking too long. So, yeah, about those leaves in our yard.
Yeah.
So, I went out and gathered some leaves for, like, one of my little experiments yesterday. I'm going to talk about my cat again.
Okay.
Because it was funny. I always leave my patio door open because I let her come out there with me sometimes because it's really high off the ground. She's not going to get out. Like,
Yeah.
So I left the door open and it started as soon as I started gathering leaves. It like the sky opened up.
Oh,
The
geez.
rain was like torrential downpouring. And so I'm like hurrying trying to gather pretty colored leaves because I was already out there. I'm not going to fucking go back in the house.
Yeah, yeah.
And the cat came out, but she only stuck her front two paws out the door, and then she squinted her eyes really tight so she could just barely see through them, and her ears were all sideways, and she was like, had this look on her face like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, what is even happening right now? And she sneezed and went back inside, and then she sat just inside the door, looked at me like, I don't know what's fucking wrong with you, but whatever that is from hell, and you need to get in here. She was not
Aw.
happy.
That's
But
so
I
cute.
did get some pretty leaves.
Cool.
Because the storm on Halloween knocked a bunch of cool-ass leaves
Yeah.
loose from the trees.
Yeah.
We had a pretty badass storm.
Yeah, we did. I walked around my neighborhood and I was a little disappointed at our leaves in my neighborhood.
Really? You should have gotten some
Yeah.
from my
I
backyard.
should have come over here, yeah. Because I wanted
we
some
have
really
those little
bright
Japanese
ones.
maples in our backyard, and those are always like super bright red
Yeah.
and orange and yellow. They're
yeah,
pretty.
so pretty. But
Although, you know what's weird? The ones in our backyard are totally dropping all their leaves, but the one in the front yard, not so much.
Huh.
It's very strange.
it is weird.
They're two different kinds, though. But still, you would think.
Mhm.
I don't know. The cool red trees on Barber are almost bald now.
Yeah.
I don't know what those are. They're beautiful, though.
They are, yeah.
I'm not a fucking arborist, people. I don't know trees.
Yeah,
by.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I know. I'm like, these people need to plan for this stuff, and they should plant the best colored.
Right?
What are they thinking?
I know.
Yeah, the ones in
planted-
my backyard are weak. They're just like brown,
Right?
weak.
I always plan for things like that. I always plan for fall because it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
the only
it's
thing
a
I
good
like
one.
better than fall is winter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
I'm
fucking
on the
yucky
fence.
storm wet. I just do.
Yeah. I like the spring when everything comes back and the dirt
Mm.
smells good.
I think it's pretty, but then I start having really bad allergies and it makes me
Oh.
really cranky. So
Yeah,
'cause then
there's
I just
that.
have just snot in my face all the time.
Yeah.
And I like might as well duct tape my inhaler to my face.
That's
and
true.
just-
And this time of year, when it's not raining, it's amazing. And like, I can go for a walk without sweating my ass off.
I
And
know.
like, ride my bike. Yeah, I do like the fall a lot. Yes.
I've been very happy because it's cold in my house.
Yeah.
Like it's cold in here right now. I put a sweater on people.
Yep. And it feels good.
63 degrees in my house right now.
Wow. Feels good to me.
I don't want to turn the heater on yet.
Yeah.
It got a little cold last night. I almost broke down and turned the heater on. But I need to go buy new filters because...
Yeah.
So, these leaves only last a little while, though.
Yeah.
That's the bummer. They get all crunchy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you rake them up and put them in your yard debris bin, and the city takes them away. Then the trees are bald.
Yep.
But they're so pretty, we want to keep them around for a while. So we're going to talk about some cool shit that you can do with them today.
Yeah.
Like, super cool shit. But I want to talk about preserving them. Because there are several different leaf preservation techniques that I have found in researching this. Now, some of them I'm a little skeptical of, but we're going to talk about them. But, yeah, I guess you could preserve them for, like, projects or just to have and to... Decorations. Like, my mom, last year we did Thanksgiving here at my house, and my mom sprinkled fall leaves on the table, because that's just who she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's
fancy.
She's a little like Martha Stewart.
Yeah.
Although she probably swears more. Although I'm not. I bet you Martha Stewart can throw down some dirty swears.
Probably.
But yeah, so the first method I want to talk about is the glycerin method. And
yeah, I should have tried that because I have glycerin.
Basically, so you just need glycerin, and I think it is, what do they say? 1 part glycerin to 2 parts water.
Yeah.
So if you use like a tablespoon of glycerin, you use 2 tablespoons of water and on. And then you get 2 flat pans and you just pour the glycerin and water mixture in the pan. You lay your leaves out in it, and then you stick another flat pan over the top of it. And apparently you let it set for like 3 to 4 days, until they feel soft and supple. And then you dry them off and they're done. They're preserved somehow.
What is this magic glycerin? I have glycerin, but I don't even really understand what it is. I know it's derived from vegetables.
And they put it in hand lotion to make your skin not dry and crackly.
Yeah. So does it preserve them in a soft
Yeah,
state?
it kind of makes them soft and...
I'm going to have to try it now.
Yeah, you are.
What the heck is this?
And I did notice that, like, I was reading the comment threads on this because I try not to read comment threads because, honestly...
Well, sometimes on that kind of thing, they're helpful.
Sometimes they are helpful.
I tried this thing that worked better or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lady did say that all of hers turned black, and it's because she didn't do 1 part glycerin to 2 parts water. She misread it, and she did... I don't know how she misread it, but she did, like...
a scared look on my face.
Well, she just did more water than glycerin.
Scared?
Like, she did more water to the ratio than she was supposed to. For some reason, she did 3 tablespoons of glycerin in a cup of water. I think that is one of those cases where she just decided, oh, well, this looks even. I don't know. People are dumb sometimes. I'm sorry, but read the fucking instructions and follow them. It's not that hard. Really.
Maybe they
truly.
don't know how to do parts. I know, which is like...
That made my eye twitch when you said that. Like, literally, my eye just twitched. It was like, like, if you don't know how to do parts, then you don't do things at all, ever.
I'm sorry
just
about
don't
your
do
eye.
them. I do get a twitchy eye when things irritate me. It's pretty bad. Just make sure you follow the ratio like you're supposed to, and it should turn out great. That's all I'm saying, people.
Okay.
Follow the fucking instructions. So, and then... we also have pressing. And I actually want to do an episode this spring.
I've done flowers.
See, I want to make flower presses this spring.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that right? Did I say presses?
Presses.
I think I said
presses.
Oh, okay, because sometimes the corner of my mouth doesn't work. And I felt like I said presses. I want to make flower presses this spring and do an episode on using pressed flowers. But that is months away. Mm-hmm. So you can press leaves, and if you don't own a flower press... my recommendation is those old fucking phone books that people... I don't know why they're still fucking leaving goddamn phone books on my front porch.
I know.
I mean, who uses them anymore?
Right.
I use them because they're like... actually, I keep them on my desk and use them to wipe my paintbrushes off. It's like a blotter, and like just rip them off and throw them away. Yeah. But also you can press...
they're good at paper mache too.
They are. Just press leaves in there because they're nice. Those pages are nice and absorbent. Mm-hmm. So you just... want to put your leaves in there, and then I would stack more heavy books on top of them and leave them for a couple weeks, and then they're dried and flat and lovely, and they'll stay that way. Yep. They do, one thing to note when you press things, they can be a little fragile.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Like once they're done, they're delicate.
Yeah.
They'll crumble up.
Yep.
So just keep that in mind.
Well, you could probably put them, like, Mod Podge them to something and they would stay,
yes.
right?
And
or
what I'm thinking is
wax
these methods of preservation are probably intended to have them to use in projects like that, because I think that they're probably easier to use. Like, I would think that the softer, more supple glycerin preservation would be better for things that you need the leaves to be more flexible.
Like if you're
for.
doing a jar with them or something.
And then the maybe the drier ones would be. Well, we're going to talk about some projects, and I'll try to remember what method of preservation I think would be better for each project. But I think it just depends on what you want to do. Lonnie, you were looking at the wax one, and you have some things to say about that.
Yeah.
So I want to hear your...
Martha Stewart's so fancy. Oops. And so she used bleached beeswax. And so you heat that up in a double boiler and melt the wax. And you dip your little leaves in there. And what's funny is she said... You hang them from a monofilament. I had to ask Katie, what is a monofilament?
Goddamn fishing wire, people.
It's fishing wire.
That's all it is.
Jeez, Martha, come on. Like,
just say goddamn
really?
Fishing wire.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you go into the fucking craft store and you buy monofilament, you're going to pay 3 times the price as when you go into the sporting goods store and you just buy the smallest test fishing wire.
Seriously, Martha.
Get the stick out of your bumbity bum.
Yeah, and it didn't even, now that I think about it, I don't know if the tutorial went into what kind of knots you would use.
It was vague.
Yeah, it was vague, because...
But really, you just tie it on there.
You
it
just
doesn't
tie
matter.
it? Okay.
Just use a regular square knot or whatever.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to sidebar you.
Okay.
Because I have the Bands in Town app.
Oh.
This
Who's
just...
coming?
You're gonna fucking die.
No.
The Bullet Boys.
The Bullet Boys.
Coming to the Roseland Theater. This is like 1987 is coming to the Roseland Theater.
Whoa.
I'm like, what? Let me double check. I want to make sure that they sang the song that I think they sang. So I'm gonna look it up. But anyway.
I'm reaching into my memory and I'm...
Okay, continue making fun of Martha Stewart for a moment.
Oh, I don't know how much more to say. Just monofilament. I don't know.
So, but how many layers of wax do you do? Does it just... It is.
She said 1, possibly 2.
So you just dip them and let them hang off, and then what do you do with them?
She had them hanging in a window from monofilament, so they look like they're hanging from spider webs.
Oh yeah, to greet your guests. That's what she said. They're perfect to greet your guests.
Yes, yes.
I'm such an a-hole.
To keep that fall feeling all year long.
I actually like Martha Stewart.
No, I do.
But it is funny to make fun of her because I think that she's too perfect.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I think if she let people see, like, her...
Gritty.
If she let people see... You know she goes, motherfucker, and throws her hammer just as often as we do when shit doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, Bullet Boy song, it is Smooth Up In Ya. Do you remember that one? I was really into hair bands, so maybe...
Oh, okay, I wasn't.
Yeah.
Smooth Up In Ya, really?
It's a really dirty song. Smooth Up In Ya. Okay. I'm sorry. My battery's dying on my iPad too. So yeah, there's wax. And then the Mod Podge. Now, I looked at the Mod Podge preservation and I looked at a few different tutorials. So I was skeptical that just putting Mod Podge on leaves that you fresh out of the yard would not work.
Yeah.
And I don't think it will because everything that I looked at, people were putting Mod Podge on leaves that they had already pressed. So it's a little misleading.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything that I saw, people had already pressed them or something like that, and then they were preserving them in Mod Podge. And I didn't put this down in my notes, but I also saw that people used like clear, like the epoxy resin, like 2-part epoxy resin, to preserve them as well, which I think would be kind of cool because that would make them hard.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat. Maybe that would be cool to do to leaves that you wanted to lay out on your table.
Yeah.
Every year. But again, I feel like that would be a little bit fragile.
Coaster.
Yeah.
You'd have to have some kind of mold, but yeah.
Oh, dude, now my wheels are spinning.
Ooh.
So
I've never messed with epoxy resin.
Oh, we're going to do an epoxy episode because I have some stuff.
I've seen some cute stuff.
I have plans for making molds And then we'll talk about some epoxy resins and stuff that you can do with the molds that you make.
Cool.
Because, yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah, I found some geek girl, crafty nerd girl. I don't remember her YouTube name now. I'm going to have to find it. But she does the cutest little things with epoxy, like little neon cats and stuff.
Aw, cute.
Yeah.
See, I like using stuff that I can wire LEDs into because it's clear, so you can light up and shit.
Ooh,
But anyway, we're going to talk about
whoops,
leaves.
sidebar.
We get all excited about things.
Yeah.
So, Lonnie, do you want to talk about your projects that you did with your leaves?
I'm feeling like I didn't give my all, really, but I tried.
Look, we're crafted out, man. We had some Halloween shit last. She's got Halloween craft PTSD.
I do a little bit. But I tried the leaf bowl thing because it looked cool. But it didn't work. My kid decided to jump in and help, and I think we were just using way too much Mod Podge. Because you're supposed to cover a bowl with plastic wrap, and then put the Mod Podge leaves on the bowl, and supposedly it's going to dry and hold that shape. But mine never, ever dried. It never dried, and it's gross. So
yeah, and after a while, I think the leaves will probably start getting moldy and
it was all
and breaking
brown
apart.
Goo and so, boo.
Lonnie has a really funny video.
I made a video about it. I don't know. Maybe we'll post it. It might be too cheesy. I don't know.
No, we're totally posting it.
But then I was like, okay, fine. So I saw this other thing that was cute, and it was just glittery leaves hanging
So you
from a
just
twig.
painted glue on them and put glitter on them?
Yeah, I just used Mod Podge and painted it.
You know that made my heart sing when I saw it, right?
Aw, that's so cool.
You know how much I fucking love glitter and I love fall leaves. And so I saw that and I saw the sparkly leaves and I went, oh my God.
That's so cool.
It's so cute.
She
Just put them on a little stick. Like she tied them to a little stick so they're hanging.
And it was really hard with my big sausage fingers because I was using this really...
fingers.
Well, I don't have any nails right now, and I was using like
She was using
fine...
monofilament?
No, I wasn't. I should have. That probably would have solved my problem. Shoot. Because I was using like a silver thread.
Oh.
And I was just having a hell of a time tying it. I don't know, because I embroider. I don't know what my problem
but that
was.
stuff's kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't cooperate.
Mm-hmm.
So I was cursing a little bit, but I think it turned out pretty cute.
I think it's adorable, and I can't wait for you guys to see it.
And I didn't have like the one I saw. They had really beautiful fall colored glitter, and I just had red, purple, and gold. So
red and
Katie's
purple are my favorite colors,
Yay!
so I'm totally okay with that.
That totally worked out. And now it's hanging on my wall. And
It's
I
very
like
pretty.
It. Yeah.
It's super pretty. I just went kind of old school simple with my crafts because one of the things, like, I don't know, I have a few crafts that I've done in my life as a child that they really resonated with me. Like, they stuck. I loved them. And one of them is just ironing fall leaves between two pieces of wax paper.
Mm-hmm.
And mine actually, I think I bought some cheap wax paper. Like, I don't think it's as waxy as it could be. So it didn't stick together very well. I'm going to do it. Now, in the instructions that I found online, because I just double checked to make sure that I was doing it right, they're like, lay a towel down, which of course you want to lay a towel over your ironing board because you don't want to get waxy residue in your ironing board. But then they're all like, put paper towel over it. I did not do that. I did it for the half that didn't stick well.
Yeah.
They're like, iron on low and do this. So here's the thing. I think that we can all be trusted to know when we're burning something and when we're not. So watch it. I did about medium heat. Like I did the polyester setting.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just went directly on the wax paper and that side stuck fine.
Did the wax from the paper stick to your iron though?
You know what? I have a craft iron.
Okay.
So I don't care.
Okay.
And I wiped it off. I have a scrap piece of fabric that I just wiped my iron off.
Well, it's still warm.
So I have my mom actually bought me a really nice steam iron for sewing last year, for sewing and for ironing clothes, of course. But I demoted my 20-year-old iron to my crafting iron.
I have a crafting iron too.
So, yeah. I actually highly recommend having a crafting iron, people.
Yeah.
Even if you just go to see one at a thrift store, grab it up. Because you want an iron that you don't care if you get something weird on.
Yeah. I was just wondering if you, between the two layers, like just shaved some wax
That might be, you could put
Just
some
add
additional
a little-
paraffin in there or
yeah.
something to kind of hold together better.
Yeah.
That would probably not hurt. You could use it like a cheese grater. I have
Yeah.
a craft cheese grater too.
See? Yeah, that'd be handy too. Yeah. And just make
Just
some
grate up a little bit of
shape-
paraffin.
Yeah.
You might want to try that if it's not sticking well.
Mhm.
And they're cool, and things you can do with them. Like when I was a kid, and when actually I was the arts coordinator for my son's preschool, so we did it at his preschool too. We just glued construction paper frames around them and made placemats. But you can also hang, this is a kid thing, you could do this with your kids.
Mm-hmm.
You can also just hang them in the window because they look really neat.
Yeah.
And if you have little kids and you don't want to fuck around with wax paper, you can use clear contact paper.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it looks quite as cool, and you get air bubbles, more air
Mhm.
bubbles in it, so you might want to roll over it with a brayer or something. But, yeah, you can just put down a piece of contact paper, sticky side up, and then put the leaves on, and then put another piece of contact paper over the top of it. And also, I'm just saying, you could sprinkle a little fall color glitter in there.
Yeah, and I was also just thinking if you needed extra wax for the waxy one, maybe a little crayon shaving.
Little crayon. And actually, next week we are doing an episode about crayons, and I'm going to be talking about crayon stained glass, which involves this very same process,
Well, hey.
but with crayons.
I'm just getting ahead of myself.
So it's awesome, though. Yeah, you can do crayons to add a little bit of color to it also.
Mm-hmm.
It's a simple craft.
Mm-hmm.
It works great. I also saw people that did them individually, and they were preserving the leaves that way. So they would iron around them and then cut out around the leaf shape.
Oh.
I didn't think that was as cool as having like just have it had an array of them.
Mhm.
And we'll
But,
have
if you had
pictures.
paned windows to cut them the size of the window.
Oh my God,
panes
how
and
fucking
have leaves.
cute.
Yeah, that'd be pretty.
That would be super cute.
Yeah.
We're going to post pictures of these, by the way, you guys, on the blog. So you can always go check that out. Get out from under the desk, doodah. You're going to unplug the thing. Come on. He's going right over the electrical thing that I
Yeah.
don't want him to unplug. So yeah, but yeah, they turned out really cute and it's easy.
Mhm.
And then the other thing I tried, and I've done this with green leaves, and I wasn't sure if the color of the red and orange would go through, but you smash leaves on fabric, and it makes
cool.
leaf prints. I kind of didn't follow the instructions because I didn't want to have, they just did it on a flat surface, like a flat hard surface. I put cardboard under mine because I didn't want to damage the surface that I was working on
Right.
with my
Sorry,
hammer.
my itchy nose.
But what happened to mine is, and you'll see it when I post the picture, the corrugated lines showed through in the leaf smashing. So because I'd put the cardboard
So you
underneath
could
it.
use like a cereal box type cardboard, right?
Yeah,
And then
just
it'd be
something.
flat.
I should have done that, but I didn't because I just had this. I'm getting the hiccups.
Uh-oh.
Okay, maybe not. But it really works. Like all you do is you lay out the leaves on your fabric, a leaf on your fabric, and then you smash it. Now, you have to really be pretty meticulous about smashing it evenly across the whole leaf. But you smash it with the hammer, and it smooshes all the whatever makes the leaf colored. I can't think of what it's called. Chlorophyll.
Yeah.
It smashes it all in the juices of the leaf into the fabric, and it looks really fucking cool.
It does.
Now, I should have looked this up before we started. I don't know how permanent that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if you washed them, if it would stay like that, or if there's something you could do to make it more permanent, but I will look it up and post that in our blog post for this episode. Because I was...
covered it with a little textile medium.
Yeah, something, because I thought it would be kind of cool if you could make leaves, or napkins, like paper napkins.
Yeah.
Not cloth napkins, Jesus Christ. I thought it'd be kind of cool if you could make cloth napkins out of those. Or, yeah, I don't know, placemats again, or whatever. Or you could frame that.
Yeah.
It turned out really neat.
Or throw pillows.
Even as screwed up as it, like, even though mine didn't turn out exactly the way I wanted to, because I ended up having to go outside and do it because the dog wouldn't stop barking at me whacking something with a hammer in the house.
Yeah.
And so I went outside, and it was fucking cold out there. I didn't want to stand out there all night. Lonnie's got me yawning again.
I know, my bad.
Everybody, we're going to get so many comments on this episode. Because they're going to be like, we fucking listened to it and made us yawn while we were driving. You guys suck. meh. But yeah, those are the leaf crafts that we tried.
Mm-hmm.
But there were a fucking ton, and we have some really great ideas that we found while we were researching these. We'll put them all up on our Pinterest board for this episode, as always. And we always, if you don't follow us on Pinterest, we always link the board for the episode in the blog post, so you can go there and look at it. But, you know, I don't know, what were some of your favorite things that we found researching?
Well, I thought the bowl thing was really cool. It just didn't work for me, but I think I would have to do it with less Mod Podge.
Yeah. Hey!
Oh, and the luminaries. I didn't try that, but I thought those were pretty. The jars with the leaves.
I know. I thought, you know what? I wanted to do one, but I thought, we've done like a luminary a month.
Yeah.
So we need to lay up the lighting things up.
Do with these things.
Look, clearly we like making things light up and pretty.
Yeah.
Do you remember that thing we talked about last week? The making leaf skeletons?
Oh, yeah. It looks it's a long process, but it's so beautiful.
So if you guys don't know what leaf skeletons are, like, I find them naturally. My mom used to have a big rag magnolia in her front yard, and around the base of it, she always had leaf skeletons. And I actually have an art piece that I use those for. I'm going to pull it out really quick. It's really old. It's like old cave art.
Yeah, they're really cool. And this woman figured out this method of making them, and I think it's baking soda and water and boiling them, and you let them soak for quite a while, like quite a few hours. But then after the soaking, you're able to just rinse away the cellulose or
the
whatever
green part of the leaf, and you're just left with like the little veiny structure that holds them together, and it looks like a leaf skeleton.
And she just framed them on a piece of white, looks like fabric or something, and they're so pretty.
Yeah, and she dyed them. She tinted them.
Yeah.
And in this art piece, it's a really old piece of artwork I did. Like, I'm talking more than 10 years old.
Wow.
I just took it off my wall recently because I got tired of looking at it because I've had it up for so long. But I just painted them with acrylic paint.
Oh, cool.
And then put them down on a background, and then I'll take a picture of this piece of artwork. It has like gold wire on it and stuff. But
that's cool.
They're really neat. You can use them for a lot of things too, the leaf skeletons.
So I guess the trick is you need to find the sturdy leaves.
Like, the big waxy kind, probably.
Yeah. Like maybe rhododendron, or I don't know if rhododendron would work. I've never seen leaf. But yeah, whatever those trees are in the woods that I find leaf skeletons under, I don't know what they are, but
yeah, just a real heavy, substantial leaf.
Yeah,
you don't want
you want the veins to be really substantial, so that.
Well, because I don't think I was thinking if we used a maple leaf. I have some over it. Can you reach one?
Yeah,
I think
they
don't
small
have
veins.
A lot of little veins. Yeah, they're just big ones. So it kind of would be. It would be like a leaf circulatory system, not a leaf skeleton. Oh my God, those dried up fast.
It's all crinkled up.
It's a crinkly leaf. They do have some though, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Just look at your leaf, and if it's really veiny and it has a bunch of little veins coming out off the bigger
and it's
ones,
kind of thick and heavy.
Those would really work. And we will have this. This is on our Pinterest board.
It's cool.
The instructions for it. It's really neat, you guys. It really is. I totally almost forgot about that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, and people are using, I thought this was really neat. You know those little, like my little bat hole punch?
Uh-huh.
But they have leaf-shaped hole punches and heart shapes or whatever, and people are actually using those and little punching the shapes out of leaves, different colored leaves.
Yeah.
So you make little leaf confetti. Those are really super cute and easy to
cute.
do. Super easy to do. And then people are spray painting them gold and framing them.
Yeah.
Or even just framing them not spray painted.
Mm-hmm.
It's really neat to be able to do that. I think it would be kind of cool to have picture frames that you used and you changed what was in them for the season.
Yeah.
So if you had a picture frames, you could put fall leaves in, and then when winter comes, you could put evergreen sprigs or something in there, and then spring you could do flowers, and summer you could do summer flowers.
Yeah, it reminds me of these hinged frames I saw, so you can just open them up and put different, for kids art, but you could do that for the leaves too, where it has a little hinge on it, and you can just change what's inside.
And honestly, the best place I've found to get frames lately is IKEA.
Yeah?
They're super cheap there.
Awesome.
Because, man, I used to go to Goodwill or thrift stores and
Yeah,
buy
and
like
it used to be affordable.
weird, crappy artwork just
Yes.
for the frames. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They've caught on.
Yep.
It's very frustrating. Come on, really, Goodwill. You're selling secondhand things.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, and another thing, and my niece actually showed me this a while ago. Doing leaf rubbings, but you put... So there are two ways to do this. One way makes it look like leaf rubbings. This is kind of similar to some of the texture work I do in my artwork, where you glue them down on a piece of paper, and then you paint white over the top of them. And then you paint them like a metallic color, and then you rub a darker color paint on just to pick up the texture.
Oh.
It's kind of neat, but also you can put aluminum foil over leaves and just rub them with like an orange stick or a popsicle stick, or probably even your fingers would work with that, and you get the texture of the leaf through the foil.
Cool.
And you can frame that. It looks really neat.
Wow.
Because, you know, you can do art stuff too with leaves. Oh my God. This totally appeals to my origami person.
Yeah.
There are a bunch of tutorials online about how to fold leaves into roses.
Oh my gosh.
And it is so, so pretty. Because you can make a big bouquet of leaf roses.
Whoa.
I'm totally going to try this.
Yeah, that looks complicated.
I love origami though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of an origami nerd. I want to be one of those people that knows how to like do my own, make my own patterns, but I'm not there. I'm happy doing other people's patterns.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you know, get creative with your fucking fall leaves, people. There are a lot of things you can do with them. I like this one where, you know, the frames where it's just glass. You smash things between two pieces of glass around a frame.
Pretty,
I saw a lot of those. That looks really cool because then the wall shows through behind. It's kind of neato.
Yep.
It's neato mosquito, people. So, and I'll put this on the website. It's kind of just a neat fall leaf hunt thing, but it kind of tells you what leaf you have by the shape. Oh, do you remember the shape of the leaves that you always find leaf skeletons to in the woods?
Oval, like this.
Do you see one here?
Dogwood or cottonwood.
Oh, it's probably cottonwood, those goddamn cottonwood trees.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
I'm so allergic to those things.
Yeah.
When they blow their little fluffers around.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Oh my God. I love the little turkey too. This is a craft you can have your kids do. I keep trying to think of things. You get a pine cone and then have them stick the leaves in for the turkey tail and then put googly eyes and a little beak on. It's kind of cute.
Totally.
They're placeholders. My mom used to make us do crafts like that when we were little kids. The thing is,
we have some with feathers.
there's no school hardly at all in November.
Mm-hmm.
And you're a mom or a dad or a grandma or an aunt or an uncle. You're stuck home with all these fucking restless kids.
Mm-hmm.
They got nothing to do. They're driving you up the fucking wall when you're trying to make some Thanksgiving dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Throw some shit out on a table with a bunch of leaves. Make them go outside and gather leaves.
Yeah.
And then say, here's some grass for you to do. And they'll be out of your hair for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then you won't feel guilty or like a bad parent because you set them down to watch SpongeBob all day long.
Yeah.
Which there's
making
nothing
turkeys.
wrong with that.
Right.
I'm just saying. SpongeBob is rad. I
Yeah.
love me some SpongeBob.
Some smart people that watched a lot of TV's children.
Yep.
And they
I
turned out
watched
to
a
be
lot of
awesome
TV.
adults.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I'm also the gal that you can call at midnight and go, hey, remember that one cartoon that had the guy and the thing and
I
the
should have called
this?
you the other night.
And then I'll be like, yeah, it was Thundar the Barbarian. And then you go, thanks, talk to you later, and hang up the phone.
Should have called you the other night because I was trying to figure out who Brett Miller, the comedian from the late 80s
Yeah.
who had the show. She did a little part on this show. We've been watching The Leftovers, and she
I haven't
looks
seen that show.
very aged now. I was like, that's wait, who is that lady? I remember watching her show.
Oh.
Yeah,
That
but
makes me
she
sad.
did a good job. Her little part was really good. She was like kind of a badass.
Always. She always plays a badass.
Yeah, totally. I was like, oh my God, how did I almost forget about her? That sucks.
Right? So I
Yeah.
saw something else. I can't remember who it was. So I'm not going to bring it up. But I had one of those moments recently. I was like, who the fuck is that? It took me
Yeah.
half of a
Like,
show,
I
and then
know
I was
that
like,
face.
oh.
Yeah. Should have called Kate.
I had an argument with my mom because we watched Gotham. I don't know if you watch Gotham. If you don't, you fucking should be watching Gotham.
I haven't watched Gotham.
Oh my god. It is so good.
Yeah.
My mom watches it too, so we kind of have these like recaps, postmortems, if you will, over the phone afterwards. And she's like, who was that? No, wait, was it Gotham that he was on? I don't even think it was Gotham. I think it was another show. I think I'm just thinking it was Gotham because somebody said Paul Rubens was going to be in Gotham this year. But it was another show that he was on. And my mom's like, who was that guy? And I'm like, dude, that was Paul Rubens. And she goes, I don't know who that is. And she goes, I said, it was Pee Wee Herman. And she goes, it is not. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And she goes, it is not. And I don't like that Pee Wee Herman. Look, I'm just going to come out and say something here.
I like Pee Wee Herman.
I love Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
I love Paul Rubens.
Yes.
And any of you who think he's a pervert because he got caught jerking off at a fucking nudie show, everybody goes to a porn theater to jerk off.
Yeah.
No one goes to a porn theater to sit and watch popcorn.
Right.
It just so happens that somebody recognized him and then it was a thing. They called.
What if it was even just a rumor? Like, who even knows if
there were mugshot pictures of him. Like, he was arrested for public indecency because he was Pee Wee Herman. What about old Joe Blow that was down on the fucking Blow?
Joe Blow.
What about old,
throwing snow? No, I don't know.
Oh, you are awesome. Oh my god. So what about stranger guy over here and stranger guy over here who were also jerking off? Because again, no one goes to a fucking porn theater to not jerk off.
I've never been to one.
Well, I don't because there's semen everywhere. You don't want a blacklight in there.
Yeah, no.
But also, there's nothing wrong with pornography or jerking off. So stop being weird.
I know. And he's awesome. I love Pee-wee.
Love him so much.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Big Adventure is one of my all-time favorites.
I loved Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, yeah.
And I am currently in a frantic search for my copy of Mystery Men, and I can't find it, and I'm super upset. Makes me mad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't even know how that rant started.
I wonder if you can preserve leaves with semen.
Yeah. I don't want those leaves. I just gagged a little inside. Like,
Sorry.
keep y'all semen to yourself.
Oh, okay.
All right. So, yeah, semen has it. We should probably stop talking now.
Yeah, sorry. My bad.
Fall leaves, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just throw them away. Don't just recycle them. You can do stuff with them because they're so pretty. And you want them in your house. Lonnie makes dirt with hers. Because she composts the shit out. I compost mine too, but I don't. The city composts them.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we have Portland City Compost. Because
Because
cool
you're better
like
than
that.
that. Yeah, you are. You are better than Vancouver. Definitely. Yeah, I don't.
Is that a question? Whatever. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions or ideas about fall leaves that don't involve semen preservation processes,
I apologize for that.
you can email us at 2rcgals@gmail.com or you can call our voicemail
503-395-7190
and tell us things.
Yeah.
And we will play your call on the air. Nobody fucking uses our voicemail and I love it. I should make my mom call and sing us another song.
Yeah.
Just because.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what she sang us last. She probably sang Lydia the Encyclopedia. It's from an old Groucho Marx movie. And nice. I swear that's why I am heavily tattooed to this day. Because she sang it to me. It's about Lydia the Tattooed Lady. She sang it to me all the time when I was a little girl. So I'll make my mom call and sing us a song.
Yeah.
But you should call and leave us a message too.
Yeah.
Because it's awesome. Yes. We like hearing your voices.
Yep.
And follow us on all of the social medias. Because we have an account everywhere. We're on the Pinterest. We're on the Twitter. We're obviously on the Facebooks. And if you're on Facebook, we post all kinds of silly stuff. That's where we post the most. Because, I'm on Facebook all the time. You can subscribe to the podcast through iTunes or through Stitcher. And if you do that, you'll obviously have a fresh episode every week. And I have no idea what Lonnie's doing across the table from me, but it's really distracting me right now.
I just realized I saved our number in my phone. Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, next week we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about good old-fashioned crayons and shit you can do with them. Because I like crayons.
Yeah.
Crayons are rad. So until next week, go make some cool shit, yo!
Do it now.